Spectacular. Oh. Hello. Can everybody hear me? I'm seeing a lot of highs, not a lot of can anybody hear me? Oh dear. Okay, good. Well, come on. Alright, there it is. Cool. How's everybody doing technically this evening for me, and not so much evening necessarily for anybody else? I can turn that up, probably. It's probably a little bit better. It's been a busy month. Oh. All right, I'm still futzing with some of the settings. If you were on one of the ones from Patreon, you probably noticed that I borked some stuff. Maybe I borked some stuff, maybe I didn't. It sent out an incorrect notification. So I'm still trying to figure out this whole streaming thing. Anyway, so well, let's read some of these. Oh, firstly, I'll just go ahead and have my little countdown going with the recorded background painting that I did earlier, because I can't do both drawing and reading chat at the same time. So the simplest solution is record yourself drawing and also read chat. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and click play on that. Alright. Let's pop into this chat a little bit. Okay, it is playing. Good. Wahey. Alright. Hello, Betsy Lee. Just wanted to say your videos are awesome. Hope you have a great day. Thank you, the Unwanted Warrior. What a misnomer. Ah, I like you all around. Alright, this is indeed Blender. This time around, I'm really kind of farting around, see if I can figure out the background stuff. Rick! Hi! Hi, Rick! How you been? I didn't see you there. Alright. So, yeah, before I was saying I was farting around of what I was using, how all the different ways I can do backgrounds in Blender kind of this time around, because I do want a little bit of help with other people helping me, and ideally probably with backgrounds. So I was experimenting to see what all I can do. Anyway, what is your thoughts on using Blender for 2D animation? I've yet to give it a shot. It is so much fun. I enjoy it a lot. It is unusual. The process by which you do it is a lot different than, well, for me it was Flash. You have to start thinking about things differently, and I kind of have to do things in different orders than I previously did. Also, I have to be better about labeling my levels. Otherwise, I get very lost. I could afford to just fly by the seat of my pants and Flash. Can't do that in Blender. Alright. If, Rip Flash. I just started Blender on course on Udemy this month. It's been fun. Love your work. Brought steak and taters this time. Don't remind me of food. I haven't ate dinner yet. It's gonna be a late one. Anyway, what's your opinion on Gangnam Style? What, the song? It's catchy. Yay, 2011 or whatever it came out. I need to try a Blender personally. I don't know if my PC can run it all though. Yeah, I ran into some funkiness with my computer running certain versions of Blender. So I'm still on like 2.9, 8, 9, whatever. Because when I jumped to 3, I ran into some snags with the tint, which I use liberally. I use tint a lot, and I find I rely on it when I'm doing stuff like backgrounds. But it slowed down to an absolute crawl in like 3.1, which I tried, and I'm like, oh, gotta wait for them to shore this up a little bit. And they were aware of some of the issues that were having to do with like that part of the engine or whatever. So they'll probably be sorting it out eventually. But so until then, I'm just using 2.9. So if you use an earlier version, it might not be so bad. All right. Opinions. What do you think of using Minecraft as a reference for backgrounds? You're gonna get some very square backgrounds, my friend. I don't know. Why did you choose to make the switch top Blender? I'm not entirely sure what that's referring to. Why did I switch to Blender? Is that what that was supposed to be? Because I switched because it was just a better program and I really like using it. How do you have patience for production? I've been waiting to make my own series with friends, but I have zero patience or attention span. I mean, part of it is just having faith in the moment where you said, this is a really good idea. I really like this idea and I want to see it done. That moment, crystallize it, hold it in your heart, and think back and remember that it happened. That moment where you went, oh, this is a really good idea and I really like it. I'm going to do it. Because, like, after working for weeks and months, you begin to forget that moment and that feeling kind of goes away almost gone. And you've been working on it so long, it's no longer new, so you forget it and you lose maybe the initial zeal. But if you remember and trust that zeal happened, you know it's worth it. I don't know how else to explain it. Thank you, Hunter Nell. This is goofing around and trying to figure out brushes. Also, scripts are hard. Yes, they are hard. That's one of the reasons why it's been taking so long, because A, I wanted to get more scripts done before I started recording, so I have plenty of scripts to work with. Also, I came to the end of my first outline for the first season. We're pretty much going into the third season now, and I had to redo the outline from scratch. The outline that I made 10 years ago is done. I have to start a new outline and start one of my other plots that I had an idea for. First, I had to pick one, which is like, Which one do I want to do? I have like 5 that I really want to do, but now I have to pick one. And that was mulling over for a while, and then I had to make a second outline, which is just the structure for the plot and all of the mini plots that happen inside of it, which are the little scripts. And then you write the scripts. And I've gotten to the point where I could start really writing scripts. So that's why this has taken so long. Ah! The chat, it keeps moving ahead without me. I am not going to be spoiling anything. Way. Is a sneak peek. Well, thank you for looking for a good time 8, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to keep trying. Oh no, poor Bessie has to storyboard more. I'm looking forward, again, to go back to Blender. To being able to use the most recent development that they had for storyboarding. Because they did a thing for storyboarding in 3.4 or 3.3. I don't know what level Blender's at. But I wasn't going to actually get the new version of Blender until I was at a point where I could, like, fill in my line work for animation. By the way, I am, like, 95% done animating that which you are looking at here. I've got some placeholder for any dialogue, which is just me doing the dialogue, so I know how long it is. Have you ever considered adding characters or plots from Briar Rabbit stories? Yes. Okay, moving on. How far in advance do you like to script things? Previously, I had like 10 scripts ahead. I would have 10 scripts ahead, which, like, organizing people to come in and record wasn't quite enough. So I'm hoping I can do like 20 or something this time around, depending on how long this one is. I don't know if it'll be quite as long as the last one, or if it'll be longer. I don't know. You ever come up with something for the world building but can't find some way to add to the story? Yes. Yes, that happens. But and then it goes into a little notebook where of notes that say, remember that this is a thing. Come to it later. Any new shorts in the works besides the new episode being made? Not really. I kind of wanted to get the next episode done, which is possible for January, before doing any more of the little stuff, because if the next episode gets done, that means that I've actually started really rolling the ball and I've gotten some voice recorded and such, like. What is your favorite Brer Rabbit story? I mean, I like I don't know. I do like the one with the that comes from the Anansi one. The Tar Baby one. Or like, and also the Pitchman one. I like how 2 groups of people essentially kind of came up with the same story in essence, and then they met, and then they were like, let's make a 3rd version. Three for the price of 1. Just popping in to wish you and your team wonderful, warm, happy holidays. Happy holidays to everybody. I hope they are chill. Gonna be a little bonkers this time of year. Honestly, back to Minecraft backgrounds, I have no idea. I haven't really farted around in Minecraft ever. So, ask a Minecraft person maybe. I truly don't know. I mean, like, it's like 3D pixel art in essence, kinda. Is Corn on a mental health journey? You could call it that, I guess. And we will see more of Corn, yeah. I think I did that one in the last stream. Any of the characters in the story canonically queer? Technically, Shochapili has to be, 'cause of the god that he comes from. Like, if anybody is, it's him. I don't do romance, as for the most part, kinda don't. So I'm gonna let other people play in my playground in that regard. Do you go off model sheets when working, or do you mostly have everything down? I do have sheets for reference, like, especially if I've been at the same place for a really long time and I have to go back and go, oh Lord, how did I have that back 5 years ago? And I'd have to go back and look at my layout, which is on a combination of really scribbly, terrible Photoshop files and a very, very old sketchbook. Cool, so what brings you to this stream? I'm learning how to stream. The whole point of getting good internet was so I could stream in the cold. And it took me forever to get around to learn how to do it. Mostly because the last 2 years have been incredibly odd. Both busy and also not, and scrambling and bleh. No romance, but are that Loveline segment with a very ambitious point. That's me making fun of it. I read an actual that started with the actual folk tale that was about this woman who made two people race for her affection, and then she decided that she didn't like the winner anyway, and so they both lost, and it was hilarious. And I'm like, I want to do that one because that's funny and anticlimax, and it's hilarious. So I just did it because it was funny. I wish I could point at the specific one. I'd have to go and hunt it down. Alrighty. I don't have a plan this time around. I was just gonna play the drawing to its completion. Okay. See if I missed anything. Do I got a favorite work snack? Oh, jeez. Everything is derping. Favorite work snack? I don't know, oranges. Any of the characters neurodivergent? Nobody's normal, if that's what you're asking. I'm not going to diagnose people. I'm just going to put out things that happen. Who knows? Okay, well, let's see. What was I going to... I really wish I had written that down. Why does the fox sing good? Because I decided they do. I am having an okay day, evening. I'm a little bit... The anticipation of, oh, I've scheduled a thing for today. Oh my gosh, is maybe a little bit shaky. And I did that to myself. Alright. How do I draw backgrounds? Well, normally I start with big blob basic shapes for what is in foreground, midground, and back. I've been doing the whole block in with color before adding details thing. So that's neat. I don't know. I like that workflow. Will we get any new characters anytime soon? Yeah, we have some newbies coming down the line. Gotta shake it up. So after 10 years of working on this project, is there anything you're desiring to try to learn how to do that you want to see used in NE? Well, initially, learn how to do a pipeline so that I can ask for help, but that's a practical and non-fun one. A lot of it is just kind of learning. Firstly, it's learning how to use Blender more efficiently, because brand new program, not brand new anymore, but new program. I feel like I'm not using it to the potential that it is actually. So mostly that. Kind of new program and actually ask for help. New villain since Charles is going good. Well, new obstacles. Alright. So, dumb question. Don't get mad at me. Is there a place I can read about your No Evil series? I've watched. I'm generally confused about the plot is. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and. If you don't feel like reading the comic, which I have a comic, and it's linked on my site, you can watch Crown Prince's little reference to No Evil. They did a thing where they pointed at No Evil, and they gave the synopsis that you get from the comic. I think you can, if you read the comic on Google, you can read the preamble, which kind of establishes the basics as well. So there's that. No, it keeps jumping ahead. Alright, yes, Wayfaring Stranger is public domain. You can find that. I mean, I think you could find lyrics if it isn't public domain. Also, I don't know that Ain't No Grave was. I don't think it is. Nye is 11:19 in Australia. Well, that's not so bad. Unless you're like, have to go to school. Ah! Oh no, it keeps jumping ahead. It's so annoying. I am currently using Blender, if you were not there earlier. I wasn't aware you were a comic story and only know about you on YouTube. I do have the comic, which you would find on my site. If you use Google, you can watch a preview of the comic. The Google Books gives you a rather large preamble, sneak peek. I think I put it at its biggest setting, so anybody confused there. I think people have a wiki started and did stuff there. There should be other wikis too, but nah, that's not my contribution. No! Who is your favorite character to write for? I do have to say that writing Charles is probably the most fun. I guess it depends on what I feel like doing that day. How did you determine the style you wanted to use for plush version of the characters? Did you find translating their design to sewing patterns for them difficult? Well, I'd made, like, dolls before for other things, like, unrelated to No Evil. And I just kinda wanted a chibi-fied doll like I had made for other things earlier. Chibi ragdoll looking thing. It was like chibi ragdoll. And you can do that relatively easily with fleece. It's a little more annoying if you get into different fabric types. I hope. Alright, let's see. This has been so helpful into introducing me to these deities, inspired me to do research into them, doing my final full studies into pre-Hispanic Americas. No Evil helped me a lot in getting here. I hope you did not take specifically from my thing, but it's cool that people are looking up this stuff. I felt like I was a little by myself for a while there, but that could also be my location. I'm very far north. It's probably a little bit more relevant to people that are more south. Could there be a subspecies like a red wolf? Yeah. I would do it that way. So, if it's technically a different beastie, it might have a different symbolism. Do you ever find yourself slipping into character voices even when you're not recording or saying something and being like, that sounded like X character? I don't know that I consciously do that IRL. I do talk funny normally. For emphasis. What's really annoying is when I slip into the wrong character voice when I am recording. I am not going to tell people spoilery things. So there. NE is on TV tropes. I have seen that. That is entertaining. No! It keeps jumping ahead. You have a Patreon or another site we can use? Yeah, I do have a Patreon. I think my Patreon is linked in all of my episode posts. It should be, because I copy paste that. Let me pull it up. Let me see also if this does what I want it to. Where are you? Oh no! Do 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 do. Huh? That's weird. Fine. There you are. I will put it in the chat. Okay. Just link to Patreon. I am well behind. What are the chances we're gonna get another song episode for NE? Those are becoming a little fussy, but I do like them, so I want them to happen. So, I mean, high chances? Or at least partial songs. Definitely have songs in episodes and stuff. That'll still happen. No spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers. Aw. Just wanted to say thank you for No Evil. It's like my favorite series ever. Rewatching has gotten through my first semester. Ah, thanks for saying so, Ava. I am glad that I have made school easier. My one enemy, school. I am currently working on a background. Will there be an insectoid spirit? I want there to be. I like bugs. Do you plan to release more bloopers? I'm sure we have more. We had so much to catch up with. We can go back to now that we've actually done the episodes. Any hints on when the next movie? I don't want to say it because then it means it won't happen. I did earlier say that I wanted it for January. But cross your fingers. Just want to tell you I love your series so much. Name a nervous service dog after calamity. Oh, cute doggo. It keeps skipping ahead. And there's a dog named after the dog one too. That's nice. Have you made any rigs for any of your characters? Nope. If you're talking about like making a puppet in Blender or in Flash, yeah, I don't fart around with those. I made them back in school, and I said, this is annoying, and then I didn't ever do it again. I'm sure there's a reason for me to go back and learn how to do it properly, not in Maya. Just, I really hope Jesse loudly announces each time he comes back with a story with eggs. He doesn't. Which is weird, because it seems like something he'd do. Can't wait to see more of Korn's new danger noodle look. Yeah, me too. I'd love to get to that bit. I'm still in the middle of scripts. Ah. How many years have you been working on New Evil now? It's 10, isn't it? Won't be 11 for a while. I'm working on this while doing figure study final. Godspeed. Hands covered in charcoal. Oh yeah, how did it feel when you saw a spike in viewers due to the YouTube algorithm favoring you? When did that happen? Well, okay, there was that weird one back in 2019. That was odd. I don't watch the numbers all that much, 'cause you get depressed looking at numbers, so I said, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I get enough people, actual literal people that are people and not numbers talking at me, so I'm like, yeah, that's more valuable. I like that better. I'll do that. I'll watch those happen. I like those better than the numbers. Is there a physical version of Judgment? No. I was looking at printing again. Previously it was not viable. I don't know how it would have gotten better since I asked 7 years ago, but I did start looking around again. Is there a room for a happy little tree? There should be. I can add a happy tree. Oh, hey! Another person on Tumblr. Good. Like, I need to start actually reblogging things when I find them. Now that I'm actually properly on there again. I make a point to go back because I like watching Sophie Janik's Tumblr when she does stuff. I was like, you have to constantly go hunting for people to follow or else it'll come to a standstill. And then you'll forget to come back. 2019 Raven brought fire plastered all over my recommended. Yeah, was that the one? I don't get it. But I mean, I guess I do, because that's the Phil Oakes one. As a mathematician, I can confirm numbers are the worst. It comes from a source of authority. I just see you're kicking around. I am trying. And around that time, Scribble Kibble. Yeah, that's the Crown Prince Scribble Kibble episode came out. I had seen Little Bunny Foo Foo, and I fell in love with Huey Ribbon Calamity. Aww. Again, Scribble Kibble. Recommend that. Recommend their tutorials and stuff. It's very neat. Yeah, I don't try to understand the algorithm. I see what happens when people do try to understand the algorithm. And it's like, all of a sudden, it's like people aren't aiming things at people anymore. It's weird. And I'm like, algorithm is more blah than it's worth. Why do you go by Warlord and noodles, and what are your favorite noodles? Okay. I like rather a lot of noodles. Don't know that I have a favorite. And I'm Warlord and noodles because of I was a huge fan, and I'm still a huge fan, of Yoroiden Samurai Troopers or Ronin Warriors, and I really like the bad guys. So that's the Warlord bit. The noodles bit is because it was dumb. Noodles sounded the silliest thing, so that's what I ended up picking. Like, people at the lunch table in high school, I'm like, what's the dumbest thing I could be Warlord of? And somebody pitched noodles, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. I think it went something like that. How do you think no evil characters would do in an environment like My Hero Academia? I have not watched enough of that to probably make a good estimate. Probably heroes. Probably, like, I don't know. Thoughts on D&D? Fun game? When your DM is good? It is more fun to just do what you want and have other people find you. Yeah, coming back every year or so, you'll have time to, like, build up maybe 3. I'm getting slower, and that's annoying. I need to be getting faster. Which is, again, gotta learn how to do this pipeline thing and ask for help. I like ramen. No, noodles aren't dumb themselves, but they are a silly sounding name. Have you heard of the Warrior Cats book series? I've heard of it. I've never read them. I think they were a little after my time. So, yeah, my time would have been Redwall, if I'm thinking of something in the similar genre. I'm 32, only started getting back into art over a decade of things getting in the way. Am I too late? Nah. You're not too late till you're dead. In most things. Hello, Awesome Sauce. Glad you could make it. Speaking of D&D, what class would each no evil character be? I did a Tumblr post on that a while ago. They don't fit nicely into any category. And be difficult to go dig that one up. Blah. If you could choose any animation studio to help make No Evil, which one would you choose? I don't know. I'd rather make a new one from scratch. I like Topcraft. They don't exist anymore. Favorite poet? I don't need to read a lot of poetry. I mean, I'm sure I have a favorite, but I don't know what it would be. I like Edgar Allan Poe. That's the first thing. If I think about a poem that I like, I'm like, oh, I like Edgar Allan Poe poems. They're bouncy, but also macabre. That's right up my alley. There's also, what's her face? Emily Dickinson. No. Yes. Is that it? Alright, I did have the right one. She did that one little short bit about death, which was all gentle and stuff, and I like that. Gentle. What hand-drawn Disney movie would you say was your biggest inspiration? None of them. Okay, moving on. Thoughts on Magic the Gathering? I tried to learn that once. Sushi Just Ask was very patiently trying to teach me that once, and I just, no. I was like, this is too much faff. I'm dead inside, so am I too late? No, that's just your brain lying to you. It's a lie. You are typing right now, so you know you're not dead. Thank you, I have had a rough life that made things difficult financially. Glad I could lighten the mood, and I hope you have less difficulty later on. Sending all of my blessings to you. Do you make your own music? Kinda, sorta, really more my brother's bag. Mr. Shoes does the music thing. I will write my own melodies and hum them myself. And that's it. So much fog. I like fog effects. Ever thought of collabing with other YouTube animators? I'm not sure. It was fun when me and Rick did that stream one time. That was a gas. That was years ago. I'd say you're definitely a Edgar Allan Poe fan. Yeah. Probably. If I actually endeavored to look up poetry, I could probably find something that was a little more honed in on my je ne sais quoi. But if I'm thinking off the top of my head, popular poets people know that I would actually know, because those are the only poets I would know. Yeah, Poe. Wow, I am so far behind. What things inspired no evil? Folk tales? Mostly. I like those, they're fun. Bit of history, bit of science. How has the pandemic affected no evil? Scheduling, mostly. Yeah, scheduling. You could screech into the mic later, Awesome Sauce. I have to write something for you to screech about. Cast of no evil playing among us. I don't know how well that would work out. Have you heard of Onyx Equinox? I saw that in passing. I haven't watched anything contemporary in a while, but it's on the list of look at this. Please warn me. Dr. Awesome Sauce is too far away from the mic to actually do any screaming. She's gonna have to scream later. Fine. Yeah. What? Oh, jeez. Oh boy. Well, what are you doing here? No one else can hear you. No. Hell's bells, why is that so loud? Ah, there's my issue. I had the wrong volume thing. Alright, well. What, do you want to screech for people? Okay, 1 second. Ah, okay, that's the issue. No. I don't know if I can add you. Holy hella.
Desktop?
There he is.
Oh. Okay.
Alright.
I've muted the video.
Okay, good. There you are. Don't scream at people.
I'm not screaming. It's a gentle whisper.
Well, now I'm behind again.
What? Good job. Did you make my levels too high in the audio?
Oh, are they pretty high?
I think so. Let me turn this back on. Yeah.
I'm talking. What are you? You talking?
I'm talking now.
I don't know. I don't know. They don't look accurate.
I don't know. I'll tweak my voice in Discord, maybe.
Yeah, you're pretty loud.
How's this? Is this working?
Yeah, that's a little better.
Little?
Yeah.
How about I go to 30%? Okay, 30%. How's that?
Okay, looks good.
Oh wait, it's not even using my proper input device. What the hell?
Well, you're better in my ears.
Okay. Is that better?
Uh-huh. I'm using the mixer and hoping that it's accurate. Cuz I have mine muted. Oh, jeez.
Oh boy. Too low now? Oh no. Okay.
You don't screw with it. Let me screw with it.
Okay, I'm sitting at 30%.
Okay. Should be fine. It was really crackly a nightmare before, and I don't know that you were too loud.
Weird.
Okay. I think we might be good.
Okay, I'm not touching anything now.
Yeah, all right.
All right, so what am I looking at? What have I missed for this almost an hour that I have been gone?
Well, we only got like 3 minutes left on the pre-recording.
Oh.
So you can come at the end. Holy scheisse.
Okay. What did these comments say? Oh, it's everybody just like, audio. Tell Jesse I say hi. And to blame my wrist for me not being able to come and visit.
Ah, is that why?
Yeah, I used all of my leave days.
Well, next time around you won't have a bad wrist.
I think it's gonna be perma broken, but it's not gonna be like how it is right now.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
That blows, but...
I get to say I'm broken.
Thank you for bumping. And you might have to bump. Most of that was screaming about quiet and stuff.
Bump what
How
now?
do you fill in gaps in a cultural understanding between you and the folk tales you're referencing? I feel like I'm missing the subtext in old stories. Yeah. So I was like, I think the Withlock Knockway game in general is kind of about the fact that we can't always know when something has been completely gone.
It's usually a best guess scenario for lots of things in history, unless you have accurate records somewhere.
Yep. And for the most part, if you can get a hold of kind of like the closest, earliest thing to the time period that references it, that'll give you a ballpark. And then beyond that, you're going to have to fill in the gaps with what do humans normally do in this situation?
Break stuff?
Not always.
Guys mentioning a wrist sprain and it taken almost 6 months to get back to normalish. It has been, what, like over a year and a half already for me?
Yeah, but you had to wait to actually have the thing fixed, and then you can properly start recovering. So
Yeah.
So,
The
like,
surgeon
6
was
months
just
from
like,
now, then call me and tell me you were wrong about being broken.
the surgeon was telling me that like I have to go get an IME now, which is
Ugh.
basically like a separate examination that has no part to do with uh the claim. More doctors, more poking and prodding, more horrible radiation for my poor little wrist.
Well, that was the end of the thing. It jumped to. I guess it jumped through the image when it was done.
Yeah. I see a background of like your wallpaper, I guess.
Yeah.
What
As
that is.
coming to the end of it. Let's answer some of these last questions real quick, because this was my timer.
You're gonna see
Okay.
more cat appearances.
So,
Oh, I skipped a question.
do you ever plan on redoing I'll Be Seeing You at some point? If it's just singing it, I don't know. Some of those I wanted to do No Way Home better. That one's first on my list, but I could do a lot of the other ones over. Are we going to see more cat appearances in the blooper reels? Probably. They keep bothering me. Not near the same injury, John Fusion, you can only. Day was able to eat real food again. Lol.
That's not an accidental injury from a flight with gravity, though, so I feel like that's different.
Injuries are injuries.
Yeah. Pain is pain.
What did you do in Quirginton? I worked on the show.
That's exactly what you did.
I cleaned my house and fixed my bathroom. How many characters are voiced by the same people? Several!
Yes. We're super low
What's the best way
budget.
to support her work? Patreon and buying stuff from the Etsy and TeePublic, I guess. I've turned off ads. They're annoying.
Are you particularly excited for any possible future character interaction?
You don't know about anything.
I know nothing. I just know words and how to read the words.
I'm excited about the prospect of forcing two characters to interact. Don't know if I'll pull it off. All
What
right.
if it's just them grunting at people?
Out of curiosity, how often do you mess with Tumblr's inbox? I do answer those sometimes. I do the asks. I go through them, but like if they're spoilery or I'm not entirely sure how to answer them, I will skip them. If I just like, spoilers. It's like, I don't even, sometimes I don't know, I honestly don't know what they are asking. And that just could be me being completely unfamiliar with the buzzing of what people are talking about behind my back.
Why are the industrial men so unfamiliar with spirits?
They're not unfamiliar. Again, spoilers.
Do you plan to attend any conventions and be on a panel for No Evil? I'm pretty sure that you would rather hide in a box and pretend to be a cat.
Yeah. Sutton was like, thankfully, such a thing doesn't exist. Okay, such a thing might exist, so far as I've been told. It was like, the idea of actually going to it is nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Hui would definitely appreciate hugs. That's just how he rolls.
A Chihuahua spirit that says you care, Taco Bell.
Say what?
Is there a Chihuahua spirit that says yo quiero Taco Bell?
I mean, no, not that says that specific thing, but you could always have a Chihuahua spirit.
I feel like if the spirits had a third form, they're just a Digimon at that point.
Oh, jeez. If I ever have dialogue for a Stilton, I will find a voice match, is what will happen.
I've got connections out here. I'm sure I could find somebody that probably sounds like them too.
So that would be that answer. I'm not unfamiliar with the fact that I need to find a new voice for people because of reasons. Dingo Doodles sounds familiar.
That's why I
Eh.
took it.
Probably will hear from Amarok again. I hope I was found to be entertaining. But I think I have to call it quits for today. It is time for dinner. What?
I just got here.
You got
well.
here, you screamed at the audience, and then
I did. Alrighty, go eat your food.
all right, and I don't know if we will explain
Really
anything.
fun size.
I will have to look up the doodle guy. So, I will see you guys later. Have a good holidays. And stay safe and stay warm unless you are in Australia and stay at a breezy coolness. So,
Ciao.
I'll see y'all later.